All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. As I continue my conference by conference breakdown for the upcoming college football season, last but certainly not least, going to talk about Conference USA. And I've talked about, conferences that have dealt with realignment. I talked about how things were, for the American and the Pac 12 as far as the losses that they've had from realignment. With Conference USA, none of their original members, when this league was formed back in 1995, unfortunately, are there. But nonetheless, this league perseveres. We saw a very strong season from Liberty last year. The Flames went undefeated during the regular season before falling to Oregon in the Fiesta Bowl. Of course, the thing is going to be, will Liberty be able to repeat as conference champions, and will anybody be able to slow them down? Also, we've got a new kid to the party in Conference USA, in Kennesaw State. How will they factor into things? But of course, right now, when you think about Conference USA, first things first, you think about the defending champs in Liberty. Like I said, they went 13-1 last year. They get their quarterback back in Caden Salter, and that's always a big thing. Dynamic playmaker for the Flames offense last year, and I expect him to do the same this year. Tremendous talent on offense around Salter, which includes running backs Billy Lucas and Quentin Cooley. And then you look at this defense for Liberty, which is led by free safety Brylan Green. Now, New Mexico State, will the Aggies once again be a force in Conference USA? They went 7-1 last year in conference play, 10-5 overall. And you know what? They've got some folks out there that once upon a time would look over this New Mexico State team. Guess what? They are the real deal. You got Tony Sanchez replacing the retiring Jerry Kill at New Mexico State. Will he be able to keep things going? We got to wait and see. Offensively, for the Aggies, they've got a very experienced offensive line with three seniors and two juniors. That could help them remain in contention for one of the top spots in this league. The Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky. This program just continues to go out there and win games. They won 5 games in conference last year. They finished 8-5 overall. And honestly, it's one of those things when you think about this Western Kentucky program, so many changes over the years, but you can basically pencil them in for about 8, 9, or 10 wins every single year. Jacksonville State and Rich Rod, what are they going to do? And, Rich Rodriguez, to me, I think this is a perfect spot for him, or one of the most perfect spots that he's ever going to find. I think the perfect spot for him was West Virginia. Of course, he chased the money, first flirted with Alabama before going to Michigan. Things didn't work out there. Had some success at Arizona before he flamed out there. But I think right here at Jacksonville State with his spread offense, I think this is a perfect spot. And I think both he and Jacksonville State, the Gamecocks, can go out there and make an impact in this league once again. You look at some key games around this league for the upcoming year. September 7th, you've got Liberty at New Mexico State. That's a big one right there. Moving to the month of November, you've got Western Kentucky at Liberty. And I think the Hilltoppers are going to be in the mix to win this league. And then also on November 30th, you've got Jacksonville State at Western Kentucky. I think these are going to be some very exciting games. I like Florida International this year as well to make a play and make a run at the conference championship. The Panthers, they took it on the chin last year. They were 1-7 in the league. They were 4-8 overall. But I think this Florida International team is going to show some signs of improvement. Um, Middle Tennessee State, I'm not sure if I'm going to go out there and pencil them in as championship material. The same can be said about Sam Houston and La Tech as well. But nonetheless, I think we are in store for some exciting action in Conference USA. Liberty, I'm not the only one who's saying that they're the team to beat. They were strong last year. They are still very, very strong. I'm not sure if anybody has really closed the gap, if you will, on the Flames this year in Conference USA. And when it's all said and done, I do like them to repeat as league champs and possibly get a Group 5 bid to the college football playoff. We got to wait and see. But nonetheless, I do believe that Conference USA for 2024 is indeed Liberty's to lose. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank all of you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on the X, formerly known as Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. Now, you can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. And as I continue with my college football previews, be sure to check out this channel tomorrow night as I will be talking about potential Heisman Trophy candidates for the upcoming 2024 season. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, my name is William Martin. I'm signing off and I'm saying thanks once again for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. Be well, everybody.